This is a Tape Deck podcast.
Hello, and welcome back to We'll Run For. This is your host, Tom, and with me as always are Aaron, who's eating a cookie.
Hello.
Michael.
Hello.
And Diana.
We've been here for hours.
It's true. We have
Hours.
actually really been here for hours.
That's true. We are here to talk about the 2023 Virtually Live race, which happened this morning. It was awesome, and we're going to talk about.
We're going to celebrate some goal getters.
We're gonna celebrate some goal getters and just give our impressions of today's happenings.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than we usually do because usually we get some feedback or something on the Virtually Live, but kind of time-wise and schedule-wise, this worked out for us. So,
Yep.
yeah. Maybe we'll do a listener-generated show where we ask for voice recording feedback.
I love that. Also, I'm extremely jealous that you still have Melanie's cookies left because ours are gone. The absurd amount of cookies we ordered are gone. And I do say, we did share them this time. So I gave some to Kate, gave a couple to my mom, but they're still gone. They're still gone.
Yeah, we've been slowly eating them.
Yes.
Because they're big.
Yeah.
And so we've been sharing a cookie.
That's why you're better than
Yes.
us. We shared a few
It's
of ours.
It's very tempting to just eat one while I'm here alone.
That's when I eat them. I eat them when I work from home alone. I'll be getting my coffee in the morning and they're right next to my coffee pot. And I was like, well, this is kind of like breakfast.
Ours are hidden because
Oh.
they have to be, because otherwise they'll disappear.
There is a cookie monster in
Yeah,
this house.
we don't want
Oh.
to say it too loud. So, because we have to do that, they're out of sight.
Yes.
So you don't always
Mm.
think about it. So that's the positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Immediately after dinner, I think about them every night.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I can't
we are
imagine the level of
we're-
excitement if I just remembered that I had a secret cookie
Oh,
stash.
yeah, secret. That's great.
Yes.
It's like, oh, I can have
Mhm.
a cookie.
Mhm.
Especially those cookies. If
Yeah.
I find
Yeah.
a busted Oreo, I'm like, all right, I'll eat you. But
We still have Halloween Oreos
We
that I
do.
need to throw away in our
yes, we do.
in our pantry. I just saw them the other day. I was like, those are orange.
Oh no, yeah. It's like, yep.
Aaron's dead. I killed Aaron.
We're
Yep.
like, which Halloween are these from?
We've definitely had things like that.
I'm
too,
trying
yeah.
to chew quietly, so I'm trying not to laugh.
Oh god.
I did this thing in our pantry where I don't know, I did one of those Marie Kondo things where I bought all these containers where I take things out of packages they come in, and now I'm putting them in these plastic containers.
Uh-huh.
But it's bad because now I can't see when things expire. So now I feel like
Oh.
I'm wasting more because I bought them because I was like, oh, they're sealed so they'll last longer. But I need to figure out a way to track when they actually expire because I have no idea.
You need to get those stickers from Amazon, like I have for my tea.
Mhm.
They're just stickers, and then they have chalk
Oh,
markers,
yeah.
and the chalk markers erase, and you can put the dates on them.
Oh, okay. Maybe
So
I'll do
my
that.
tea jars have them so that I can, if I change the tea that's in them, I can write a different tea name on it.
Oh, that's smart. Because I don't know when any of this.
I only got this idea because I saw it someplace else or someone else told me about it. I don't remember, but yes, ultimately, it wasn't my idea.
I'm like,
It was
when did
somebody
I buy
else's
these
idea that I
goldfish?
stole? And so then I use them for our tea.
Also, apparently, we have 2 tea shops in the downtown area.
Well, you
I
need
knew
to.
that the one. I didn't realize we had two.
Within
Which,
3 blocks.
speaking of,
us.
we need to go walk to because we're running out of tea.
Yeah. We need to go to our fancy tea shop in
In
town.
in our Hallmark town.
Is there
It
a
has
rivalry
2 tea
between the
shops.
2 tea shops?
There's got to be. There's probably
That's
some
going to be the
secret
next Hallmark
rivalry.
movie.
The
What
tea
would it be
shop
called?
rivalry.
What's a tea
gosh.
pun? Tea's for two. And then it's the daughter of one of the shops. And then the
Teapot
son.
Dame scandal.
Stop.
But it could be like a Monty Hughes and the Capulets situation. Like,
yes.
Oh my
Yes.
God.
The daughter of one and the son of the other.
and they don't talk to each other.
And then
Yeah.
We're gonna go walk into the tea shops and start asking weird questions like, "Hey, do you have a kid? Do you have a son around the age of like the other tea?"
Oh, God.
And here's what I'd like to happen. I would like it to take place in your hometown, but move that hometown to, I don't know, Canada, and have Hayden Christensen pretend to be Italian in it.
Oh, that would be even better.
But if you think about it, like, okay, so you have two rivalry tea shops. There's a couple that are kind of into each other, and they're the younger ones. But the
Grandparents are secretly dating.
the grandparents, one's name is Earl, and then there's Gray is the other one, and they're sort of secretly in love, but they were having a feud. So the young couple has to get the old couple together, and by doing that, they fall in love.
Of course they do.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
So this episode is dedicated fully to our amazing friends and listeners in this community that
Yes.
even if they took part in the virtual live race or not, are awesome people.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But do we want to talk about the race first, or do we want to get into our goal getters?
Let's do our
I think
goal.
we should do our goal getters first,
Yeah, let's
which
get the people.
Are not necessarily to do with the virtually live, but
No,
everything
but
you guys have been doing
yeah.
for the last couple weeks.
Well, the virtually live is about celebrating the community anyway, so goal getters fits in perfect with that.
I agree.
And now, it's time for our Will Run 4 Goal Getters. Congrats on making your goals, you getters. Oh, do erase this shit.
All right. So our first goal getter is Jeremy PNC. Is that right? I know it's
Yep,
not Jeremy.
I think he's
but-
in North Carolina. Yeah,
Gotcha.
He was on.
he was on the virtually live this morning.
Live.
He was
I
running
was
around
like,
the 5K.
don't
yeah.
I
He
know
was the
him?
one who did the
Yeah.
Elm Street.
Sorry, that's just the handle. So
yes.
yeah.
Unlike Tom, I don't scream what's your Instagram handle at people when I meet them. So, my goal for this year is to complete 4 half marathons and 6 other races. As of the 13th, as long as I run the 5K tomorrow, I will have completed 2 half marathons and 3 official 5Ks so far this year. Also, the biggest goal so far is that my wife has decided to start running, and she
Ooh.
likes it. And we
Nice.
registered for the 5K and challenge at Princess Weekend through JDRF. Is that
Nice.
is that a charity?
Yes. Juvenile
Juvenile
Diabetes.
diabetes,
Research
yep.
Foundation.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I believe, doesn't Lisa Nitzen train?
Yes,
Isn't that who
she
she raises
does.
for?
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing. Goal achieved. So that's awesome.
yeah.
Yay.
And he ran the 5K. We already know this.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do. Hungover-ish
Yeah,
from
maybe.
what I'm hearing and
Happens.
remembering.
Look, it happens.
And then he continued to run some more because he felt like the 5K didn't earn him our medal, which was silly, but you know.
I love that. I'd also like to hear more about your wife and how she decided to start running. Did you encourage her, or did she do it on her own and now is just there with you?
We have Lori Bennett who says she's basking in the glory of running a sub 5-hour marathon in London.
Get it.
And yeah, amazing. And she's ramping up for training for Chicago in the fall.
Sweet.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's
That
awesome.
is a big accomplishment.
Yeah.
We got our friend John Swanson, of course, one half of Beast Pacing, Beast Coast Productions, etc., etc. His goal is just to, finish Western States this year
Oh my God.
because he got in.
Yeah, the fact that he
Amazing.
even got in, amazing.
Yeah.
Getting in is amazing.
Yeah,
but yeah.
let alone finishing.
So, rooting for him to finish there.
Yeah, we'll be watching,
Following along.
I think Western's the one that also has tracking, right? You can actually track the runner.
I think
Oh,
so.
I don't know. I hope so.
Because I know that they all, like, some of them have the, like, little GPS
Yeah,
thingy
the
now that you
spots,
can, like,
yeah.
actually see their little dot on the
Cute.
trail,
Yeah.
which I love.
All right, we have our friend Tutus and Track Shoes. I just want to run 3 times this coming week.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be far, fast, or pretty. Just trying to rebuild some consistency that has been missing since January.
And that's why she fits in with us.
That's
Because that's all we've been trying to do and failing miserably.
Yeah.
Like, I was supposed to Peloton twice this week and run twice this week, and I ran once in Peloton twice, so I didn't even make
These things
that.
happen. These things happen.
So, Godspeed.
Yeah. I would say take every day as it comes.
Yep. And I like kind of these small, and it's not a small goal, but not huge, huge things. So we like to hear that too. EcoFit, who's been having amazing dog content recently.
This
I
is true.
Can just share
and
that.
bun content
Yes.
too.
Dog and bunny content.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still going on my 10,000 plus step per day every day this year and haven't missed a day yet.
My God, that's hard.
That's really hard. Because I'll be good for a few days and then I'll have
Yeah.
a random 6,000 step day and I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
Race finish times are getting closer to my PR, so hoping to have a new one soon.
Nice.
Awesome. We have Chiquita, who says, I'm currently training for my first ultra distance. I ran 3 days last weekend for a total of 60 miles. I have one more long training next weekend before I tackle the 100-miler. I'm
Yep.
sorry, I didn't realize this was her first ultra distance.
Yes.
Wow.
Like she
Yes.
just
Wow.
when she's jumping in, she's going all in.
Yep. She's putting in the work though. Like legit putting in
Yeah.
the work. Yeah. She's got
She's
it.
not
Yeah.
Michael who no.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Wow. Always. Wow.
Ouch.
No wonder I get offended all the time.
Oh.
It's weird.
Look,
I just more mean
Here,
she's
Hannah's
on
yeah.
a plan where she literally
Oh, yeah, she has
that's
a
all
plan.
I was
Yeah, yeah.
about to say, and then I knew he was gonna
Well, it came
immediately
out wrong.
I knew
Thank
he
you,
was
Tom.
immediately going to
Thank
take it.
came out with a tone.
No, she has been like, this is my plan, and she's sticking,
And sticking
to it.
right to it.
And
Uh-huh.
she has her
Yeah.
3-day long run weekends, and she's going at
Nailing it.
She's
Yeah.
out there in
But-
the weather. Yep.
But to go for your first ultra as a
it. As
100-mile
100-miler.
distance,
Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't realize that actually.
baby steps.
Amazing.
Let's get a. I'm not taking anything
Nope.
away from a 50K, but
No, go big or go home, man. Go
You know
big
what?
or go home.
that's true.
Yep.
Who am I? Who am I to judge?
An ultra marathoner.
Not at all.
Mhm.
Good job. We support you.
Leah, of course, Leah Miller, last weekend achieved my goal of successfully pacing my friend through her first marathon at Flying Pig in Cincinnati, which was, of course, that was a tough one to
Well,
get through.
Good. I
we
can't
can have that
believe
conversation in a
anyone
second.
made it. So,
Yeah.
well done.
We'll have that conversation.
As I know you guys heard, the weather was ridiculous that day. Torrential downpours, lightning, flooded streets, and for a special treat, blazing sun and humidity towards the end. Not to mention the hills upon hills.
That is a
It
hilly
is
race.
hilly.
It was
Yeah.
certainly a challenging day, but we made it. Certainly one for the memory books. Can't wait till Chicago in October.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a great one that you were able to pace her through all that.
the,
That's
Amazing.
I mean, we don't have to get into
Yeah, I
it,
don't
but
wanna-
the
yeah.
Flying Pig was quite the race. If you
Quite
didn't
the day.
see it somehow, the race director started the race with lightning in the area. Then there was a shelter in place that some people found out about, some
That they-
people didn't
yeah,
find out
didn't
about.
communicate.
It was like,
Water was
If
up
you
to
got
people's
luck-
ankles.
if you got lucky, you got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
People
glad
are.
that no one got struck by lightning.
Mhm.
It's been a cluster on the
It's-
internet the last week.
It's been that on top of having to dodge literal children running a marathon.
Oh, yeah,
that
that
is
guy
also
again.
Yeah.
super
Yeah.
controversial.
That was back again this year.
Yeah.
I actually know one of our listeners who messaged and said they saw that kid on the course and he looked very bad.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Yep.
Here's an idea. Your kids are not content. Like, let's just leave it at that.
Yep.
All right. If they
Hot
are,
take.
then you got a problem. All
I
right.
don't really think that's a hot take, but I think that feels pretty
Feels
Pretty, like-
reasonable.
reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feels reasonable. Still
Okay.
a hot take. That's why you come to us.
Yeah. All right. Greg and Orlando. My
Oh,
favorite
gosh.
dopey Sherpa. I hit most of my goals at the 50K last week. Goal number 1, 5 hours and 30 minutes. He missed that. PR on the course. He hit that with a 5 hour and 47 minutes versus
That's nice.
6 hours and 6 minutes.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And then top 10, he hit it. 10th overall. 6th place male finisher.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
Great
Yep.
job, Greg.
That's
we
awesome.
texted. He had a bit of a tough middle section. I guess it was 4 loops. The third loop didn't quite go so well. He had sent me a screenshot of his pacing, and it was like he was doing really, 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 really well. And then it was like he just saw the pace like plummet. He had some stomach issues, but I mean, he was able to recover that last loop. He did pretty strong. So congratulations, Greg.
And also, Greg texted me separately to make fun of my clear gooders I was wearing at Broad Street. He was like, "What's going on with your eyesight?"
Nerd alert.
I was like, "They're my clear gooders I wear in the rain."
Oh, man.
Well, the one video
So-
I have when you guys come up, they get super foggy, and you just like
I'm just
wipe
like
them down.
waving them down. I'm always mad when I don't have them because then I feel like I'm squinting the entire race because just rain droplets are just
Yeah.
splattering. But yeah, thanks for that,
That's
Greg.
funny.
I appreciate it. All right. Main Street Miles Meg. 3 current goals. 1, complete my daily gratitude journal on the Calm app. I hear
Nice.
good things about the Calm app.
Yeah,
8K steps daily, even on rest days. I think that's good.
nice.
And training for a 5K on July 4th. Hoping to get a post-surgery PR.
Woo woo.
Got it.
Oh man, these people with their step goals. I do not get 8K a day.
I've been
Even
getting
I know.
better now that it's warmer.
Yeah, Emily has said the 10K, but I don't even think I get 8K.
I had 80,000 steps last Saturday.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine.
I had my step goal right now is about 6,700. So I fell off a cliff.
That's funny. I mean, even having walked the 3 miles today, I'm only at 8,400. So
Yeah.
like on a regular day, I definitely don't walk 3 miles. When I'm at work, if I get like 2,000 steps in a day, I'm lucky. I should walk more. You people are inspiring. All right. Wendy says that the goal I've been working toward the last year is almost here. June 13th, race across the West begins. The goal is to be the first hand cyclist to complete 928-mile ultra cycling race and the first female hand cyclist to complete any nonstop race of this distance. Time to go break down some barriers.
Hell
This is
yeah.
a non-stop race.
928
nonstop, yes.
mile.
Can we stop calling them ultras? What's the next thing?
Like, what's
There
bigger
should
than
be
an
like
ultra?
yeah, there should be like a next
Mega?
thing, and then like
Mega
a
ultra.
couple other
Mega
steps,
ultra?
and then this.
Like 928 miles. Like that's more than people run in a year sometimes.
30 miles is technically an ultra.
I think it's more than I
distance.
ran. Oh no, we did Dopey last year, so maybe I got that. On an average year, I do not run that. I don't think.
All right. I'm glad I got this one because I can do an accent for it.
Oh God.
I want to apologize to the On the Runs folks for this ahead of time after I do the accent.
Oh wait, you skipped.
Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped over poor
but
Dawn.
you can do.
I'll do
Just
Dawn
do
because I want to
Dawn.
hear you do this.
Okay.
Yeah, now-
All right.
Now
All
we
right.
gotta hear.
Dawn,
All right, well,
be joyful. Got my Will Run 4 virtually live race done today.
Whoop, whoop.
Took the grand dog with me, so
Aw.
it was perfect. And keeping up with my weekly challenges with the at Run with AIM group.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
what you do, right?
Yeah,
Aaron?
that's what I've been doing. Yep.
Awesome. So we got On the Runs, of course,
Oh,
On the Runs
God.
podcast. I won't be doing it for their thing here. My goal is to not sleep in Saturday and mess up Erica's race, 5 a.m. wake up call. So that race was a very dog friendly race, actually.
Uh-huh.
I think it was Total Image Running, it was called or something. 10 miler. It was in Manchester, New Hampshire, kid. I don't know. Manchester.
Manchester.
Why? Like, is that how you think that
My
people
favorite
in
thing is-
Manchester?
One of my favorite things about us is we all love accents so much, but we're all terrible at it.
I don't even try.
The worse we do, the better.
I don't even try because, like, it's like mine don't even come close to being like bad
So
good.
bad.
Mine are just like it doesn't even sound like what I'm supposed to be. In my head, it sounds one way, and then it comes out of my mouth, and it's completely different. I think Michael nails how he thinks he's going to say
Oh
it.
yeah, it's
just a
perfect,
matter
spot
of,
on.
Like,
You would think I was in New Hampshire talking.
Are we not in New Hampshire right now?
We're
It
not.
made me think of the Casey Affleck Dunkin' Donuts like SNL sketch
God. Yeah.
where he starts fighting people.
I love Duncan, bro.
Oh God.
Again, apologies to On the Runs.
Oh my God.
And everyone in
Everyone
the
in New
Boston,
England.
New England, just
I feel
area.
like you need to apologize to a lot more people than
Oh,
just
I have to
God.
apologize to the entire
Erica.
Italian American community as well.
Gabagoo. Gabagoo.
Did you know Gabagoo is Capicola ham?
Yes.
Yes. And I know that because I thought it was a nonsense word, and then Michael explained it to me.
Anyways,
Diana.
let me do this next one, and then Diana picks up with Mal. So the next one is from somebody named T. Stover, with a goal of be the man T. Swift deserves me to be. I am.
You are.
Are you trying to be are you already that man?
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
I was drinking out of
Have
my
you
Jake
achieved this
Gyllenhaal
goal?
mug this morning, so.
It's true.
All right. Mal was saying I have a half marathon tomorrow, and the goal was a sub 2. Now with the sinus infection, I'm hoping just to finish.
You didn't
Yeah.
put the update there.
Tis the season.
Oh, what's the update? No,
I'll
you were supposed to
update
do
tomorrow
the
morning.
No, oh my gosh. She updated and said that she missed the 2-hour goal, but she did a 2:03.
Okay, well, that's
And
great.
considering
close.
how
That's great.
considering how she was feeling, she was very happy with it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'd
awesome.
be
Good job, Mal.
pumped. She has
Runny-
adorable daughter content, so I'll give that a shout out as well.
Yes.
And dog content too, because she's always running with Axel.
Yeah.
Run, Eat, Drink podcast. Amy says, even though I was last to finish and struggling with my knee injury, I finished my run with Meb 10K, and he put the medal
I saw
around
that
my
picture.
neck.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. First, last, whatever. You
Yeah.
finished the race. That's
Yeah.
all. That's it. They know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, shout out to Run Eat Drink. We love them.
Yep. It's awesome people. I was so happy to see them at Marathon when we saw them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We heard that they were at Springtime Surprise, but we never saw them.
I
It's hard.
see
There's so
that.
many people.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
I was more overwhelmed than I normally am at springtime for some reason. I don't know why. It just felt like there were just so many people I didn't know and like hadn't seen, and then people I didn't. I was just very overwhelmed, and I don't know what was going on with me that weekend.
That's how I felt at Marathon weekend, so I get that.
Yep. Rachel, or is it Keen or Kane?
I don't know.
I think it's
Rachel
Keen.
Keen will say, if it's not that, yell at me. Plan is to base build the rest of the month and get ready for the Philly distance run in September.
Nice.
Nice.
If we say your name wrong, you can always yell at us because
Yes,
we've
feel
told
free.
everyone we are terrible at names.
It
Feel
also doesn't
free.
mean we'll correct it if we're going to be honest.
Or if we do, we
Ask-
may get it wrong
Ask
again.
Bria, Bria,
Poor
Bria,
Poor
Bria,
Bria.
Bria.
All right, we have Ruth Reynolds Cole. My goal is learning to just enjoy running. No goal race, no goal pace, no goal miles, just the pure joy of running.
Amen.
I love this one.
This is
like my favorite
Diana's
one.
friend that she met during a golf tournament.
Yes. We met her at a bar because it started to rain and I quit and I went to the bar.
Oh, that was
That is awesome.
That was her.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I
love
was
that.
so cold.
I love that
How
kind of
did
connection.
how did the podcast content come
Because
up?
I was wearing my springtime surprise jacket, and I think Nicole was wearing something else Run Disney. So then we started talking about Run Disney,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then that's how that came up.
Fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome. All right, and then Michelle K. All right, here she goes. To have a non-rainy race. 3 rainy races and 3 weekends for me. London Marathon, Trailblazer Half, and Flying Pig.
Oh
Fingers
my God.
crossed for no rain for Chattanooga 70.3 next weekend. I must have done something to piss off the weather god. And I don't know, is that today? Because I don't know what it's like in Chattanooga, but it's raining here.
Yeah, when was she?
Yeah.
When's the? I don't know when that is. Is that
It would
next
have been
weekend?
today. No,
It was this
it says-
weekend.
Yeah, she.
Oh,
for
yeah, yeah,
next
through-
weekend.
yeah.
So
Ooh.
I don't know. Well, I guess we're not. I'm not 100% sure, but I did respond to Michelle, and I said it might not be her. Well, I mean, it doesn't help that our friend Megan was at Jersey Devil, then Broad Street, and then
And
they were
then
both at
Flying
Flying Pig. So Flying Pig stood no chance. It sounds like between the two of
The
them.
rain crew showed up.
Melissa says, I'm almost afraid to even write this, but I am trying for a PR to PR my 10K next month. I haven't PR'd anything in a year and a half, so it kind of feels like it'll never happen again. But I'm earnestly trying, putting in the work, including speed work and at least some strength training and yoga. We'll see what happens. But even if I don't PR, I want to make sure running keeps being fun.
Oh.
And in that spirit, if I shave off time, great. If I don't, oh well.
Yep. Great.
Yep. I love it.
Yeah.
And I met Melissa at springtime, and we
Yes.
had several great conversations.
Yes, she's delightful.
I loved her.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about Broadway and theater.
Yes.
And
Well, she's definitely a theater person because she's an actress.
yeah.
Yes.
So we were talking all about that. She saw Bad Cinderella. I had thoughts. So then we had to talk about that. So we've been chatting.
Yes.
All right. We have Megan, the marathoner, Avis.
Man, Michael's never going to let that one go.
Still not quite there on consistent training, but my eating has gotten a lot better, and my mental health has taken a huge upswing since I got promoted. That
Whoop,
would
whoop.
yes.
Nice.
Awesome.
She's also doing the run with AIM. She's actually in my pickle group.
Oh, cool.
We're kind of a big deal.
All right.
Wow.
That'll do.
Wow.
Look
Wow.
at our
See.
team.
Brianna had, she bought the
the
sprint
dill hat.
with
Yes.
the pickle. They also have a new one that has just, it's like Vlasic. So it's got like the Vlasic
Yeah.
stork. Is it a stork? Why is the
I'm
stork
gonna
Oh,
selling
yeah,
look,
it's a
pickles?
stork.
look for that one because
Yeah.
everyone on our team bought that Sprints hat, and then tomorrow sometime soon we'll all be getting pickle shirts because we all got pickle shirts.
Fun fact.
Ridiculous.
You know how storks deliver babies?
Yep.
Yeah.
So in my head, I thought when they delivered the baby was in the bottom of their actual mouth gullet.
You thought it was a pelican? You thought a stork was a pelican?
I thought a stork was a
Is
pelican.
that where this is going?
And the baby was in the mouth and not like in like a wrapped
In a
blanket
wrapped,
holding. Yeah.
Aaron's gonna die. Aaron looks like she's gonna fall out of her chair.
I don't know why I thought of that, but like
It comes out of its gullet.
someone was like, "Oh yeah,
They
storks
regurgitate.
deliver babies." And
Everyone always says something right as I put something. Like I just took a sip of coffee because I think I'm safe because I'm like, oh, I'm not talking. I can take a sip of
You're
this
never
coffee
safe.
real
You're never
quick.
safe, kid.
And then somebody says something. 95% of the time, it's Tom.
How about them stocks,
like,
kid?
what is happening again?
Kid.
Hey, kid,
Tom
is that
thought storks
is
and pelicans with a pelican was a stork.
Look, they're
And the
birds.
baby was just inside of its
in the
beak.
mouth, like inside the mouth?
Inside of the mouth. Like, what? And then he just spits it out. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm no scientist.
You remember
It's
like
nature.
the beginning of Dumbo when all the storks are coming and they're bringing the baby animals?
Like
Yeah, but
little.
aren't they in the mouths? Anyways, like think of like Nemo. Nemo was in the mouth.
Yeah, he was in a pelican.
Oh,
He
the
was in a
pelican.
Pelican mouth.
So you're telling me pelican, storks, and what was the other one? what we're talking
Pelicans
about?
and storks.
Are two different birds.
Two
Yeah,
different
but have you
birds.
ever seen them in the same room at the same time?
What is
Conspiracy theory.
happening?
Lisa knits and trains. I'm riding 50 miles for the Tour de Melon on June 3rd. My goal is to complete the ride and raise $500 for my charity.
Oh,
So-
she's got it.
That's
Lisa, you're
also the
awesome.
Juvenile Diabetes Foundation, isn't it?
I believe so.
believe
That's who
so.
she usually does that, but I
Yeah.
don't want to speak out of turn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's true. Okay.
Amazing. All right, Laura Ferguson. My goal is to cross the finish line feeling fine at my local half marathon tomorrow. That's all you got to
That would
do.
be today, so wonder how that went.
That will be a week or
Well,
so ago.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
So-
hear about that.
Sometimes the
Update
goal's
us. Let
a
us know.
pace, sometimes it's a feeling.
Yes,
That's it.
I agree.
That's it.
Stephanie says, my goal is to add more protein to my diet on days I run 4 to 5 miles, 3 to 4
Mhm.
days per week, so I'm not so hungry.
Yes.
I just bought some protein powder to add to my overnight oats. So, does anyone else feel the hunger on running days?
Yeah. I'm like ravenous.
Yes.
So,
Always, yes.
Agreed.
That's a yes.
but that's smart. I actually just started following this running nutritionist on Instagram to get some tips and things like that, so I don't just eat everything after a run.
Yeah.
So, I do have one more to add to this list that really isn't a goal, but I do want to give a shout out to Rachel Likes to Run, who was selling merchandise at Taylor Swift last night. And while I was buying my blue crew neck, was like, "Are you Diana from Will Run For?"
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And then we took a selfie, so she has it
At the Taylor Swift concert.
in Philly. She was just selling merch, and there were, I don't know, 9 different places you could buy merch. So what are the odds of her working that table? So
That's crazy.
isn't that crazy?
I mean, I feel like, especially in a stadium that holds like 67,000 people,
yes.
like, what is the likelihood that you come out of your state and
Yeah.
you randomly find someone
Who
who
just
like,
recognized me
recognizes
where
your
I was
voice?
like, where I was just like screaming about, I want the crew neck and blah, blah, just
Oh my
causing
God.
a,
That's so funny.
Look,
and running because it was like 5 minutes before the show started. So
Oh my God.
yeah, so that
I'm
was
not
awesome.
saying we're famous, but your move,
We're-
Rise
we're-
and Run.
But
We're
we're
famous in
loud,
your
and people
move.
recognize us.
All right, so we do want to take some time to talk about the virtually live race
Yes.
that happened today. It's one of our favorite events of the year. This is the 3rd year running, and I feel like it's gotten better each year.
Did you ever
Um,
imagine, Tom, when you wanted to start this little podcast where we bantered about running, that we would end up here on 3 years of virtually live race?
No,
This little idea you had where you were like, let's do this race where we run virtually live. And then we called it that.
Can you believe after 3 years, we were actually online the entire
the
time?
entire time. I
Third
mean,
time's a charm.
you know me, I'm going to blow it up on social media no matter what. But it always, like, at a very base level, it always surprises me at the turnout that we get. And these are some of the best people. Like, you meet some of the best people through this community. I'm a nerd for the analytics. You guys kind of know the analytics, but I know
Tom
we have,
just makes them up.
we have a ton of people from a ton of different states, several countries.
A big following in the Netherlands.
We are big
Apparently.
in
We
the
do.
Netherlands.
I
Apparently.
like Laura Duxon told us that there's several people that listen to us in the Netherlands. Hey, if you're listening to us from New Zealand, can you please let us know?
I could barely pick that out on a map. And that's not out of disrespect. I just had
Tom also thought a stork and a pelican were the same thing. So,
so the bar is
so
way
here
low.
we go.
Oh, God.
But no,
we're also watching something that took place in the 60s, and he asked about Nazis.
The
Oh,
Nazis.
Can we stop with the Nazis? But anyways, no, it just this event every year, and the participation and the fact that all these people sign up and they run and they share their stories with us, it just makes you feel incredibly good to be a part of this community. I think, and I'm going to shut up in a minute.
Community that when
Community.
you're at the Taylor Swift show, all of a sudden is like, hey, you're Diana from Will Run For.
Yeah. But one other thing I will say, and then I'm going to shut up so you guys can talk, is this year the medallion that you guys designed had a nod to Archie, our dog that we lost in December, and that was incredibly special.
Mhm.
And then people are sharing pictures of their dogs. Some have recently lost pets too, and that's a very emotional thing. So like, it's not wasted on us how close this community is and how vulnerable people are when they share these things with each other. I just love everything about this, and I definitely don't take it for granted. So today was awesome, and we, without getting too sappy, like, we absolutely love everybody that listens to this podcast, because we've met some incredible people, and we just want you all to know that we support you too, because you have done nothing but support us. So I will shut up, and y'all can talk.
I will
Aw.
not get too sappy, and everyone who's ever listened to this podcast knows that I will probably cry at some point during this podcast, because this is what happens when I talk about the community, and I can't help it. But I will say, in reference to the medallion and Archie being on it, we all found out that Michael has a bigger heart. It's the Grinchy heart, right? The one that
Grinchy
grew
heart.
2 sizes. Diana was like, I can't believe Michael was the one that came up with the idea, but he was. It was fully his idea. I take zero credit for it, other than the actual design, like figuring out what the design should be.
I think my drawing.
I could not believe
Which
that
I
drawing
still
has
can't
gone
believe
missing.
Yeah, I wish that I still had that thing.
One day it'll
So
pop
badly.
up somewhere.
But yes, that's the only part of it I can take credit for, is that I did finish out the design from his idea. So the one thing I will move on from Tom's comment was the amount of people who shared their loss of their animal and the dedication that they were making with the medal, the medallion. And then even this morning we had Maddie, a little girl who just turned 6 years old yesterday, come on and tell us that they ran for their dog, who also had just passed, like right before we revealed the medallion, and I almost lost it.
Yeah.
So he mentioned people being vulnerable and sharing their stories, and those are the things that, we love about the community. So thank you for being a part of this community. Thank you for being a part of the race today. We love you.
And thank you guys for supporting us. And I know Aaron, when we did lose Archie in December, organized kind of a big donation for us. And I know a lot of you guys were a huge part of that. And I know, I don't know. I was even too emotional to talk about it. I think I finally made Tom post something, because I was going to do a video thanking everyone, and I physically could not get through it. So Tom, I think, did a nice post where he individually called everyone out, but I couldn't even talk about it.
Yeah, I mean,
for a
Diana
long
wants
time.
to credit me in some way, but realistically, it was the community who reached out to me asking whether there was something that we could do for you. And so, yes, maybe I helped make that happen so that there was one community pot that we could make for it, but it was certainly not me. It was certainly the community came out and immediately and said, what can we do?
Yeah. But
The
we
weird
love you guys.
the weird thing, and I just thought of this, the weird thing about the running community is, for a lot of the time when you're meeting people, they're very much strangers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you might see someone, you might learn about someone online, you might see someone at a race here and there, you might have like a surface level conversation at a Disney race because you both are dressed up like Stitch, like, but you don't really know people.
Mhm.
And then it just gradually you get to know them and you get to know them, and then they're sharing their goals, and these are tough goals,
Yeah.
right? Because they're physical goals or mental goals that they're trying to better themselves or achieve something, and you don't know them. Like it's just the level of trust that you put in complete strangers that become friends eventually is it's such an interesting dynamic, right? Because
Yeah.
like I consider everybody that ran today or signed up or even listens to the podcast, I consider them a friend. But they don't know much about me. Some do, some don't, right? But like I think how this community comes together and supports each other largely without knowing a ton of intimate details about each other is it's a very special
Mhm.
thing,
Yeah.
you know? Like it's weird
No,
that
I
we
agree.
have this conversation, but we were strangers 4 years ago,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And we
Yeah.
talk damn near every day, but like that's just through circumstance and being consistent with communication.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I'm going with that, but like that it's a big thing. The community is a big thing.
No, it is. And as far as like the actual like, race part of it, it was really nice. We had, we did the Zoom thing again. It was we had a pretty good rotation of people in and out. We had a steady like 4 or 5 people, or
Stayed for a long time,
I think we
yeah.
had like 8 people in there for the majority of it. We had Greg, we had Kate, gosh, I don't even know. Kelly. Well, yeah, she came later. Jack popped in,
Jack
Angie
popped in.
and Andrew popped in. We had Linda was in there for a while. We had
Lisa.
Tara, Jeremy, Jen. I mean, like I missed somebody. I did, and I'm sorry that I missed you.
Jack
But it
just had
was-
us playing while he was on
While
his
he
run.
was
He just like muted himself.
It was
and
almost
stuck
like we were he was listening to a podcast
While he was running.
like while he was running, only we were on Zoom. So
Yeah, so, well, I got to run, so let me just say it was a great event as always. I don't know, I just appreciate when everybody comes out, gets together, whether they can do the Zoom or not, or just post, or just, have to run it early because they're in Florida and it's ridiculously hot,
Mhm.
or in Texas or wherever else. And, it's always nice to see that, or early, like Laura, because she's in the future in the Netherlands. It's just nice seeing all the posts and everybody join in. I'm just glad we can do it every year.
yeah, I mean, I think ultimately it's all about community. I think we had a couple people who posted and said thank you for bringing the community together in this, even if they weren't able to join us on Zoom or they weren't able to be a part of the actual live part of it. I know we had saw multiple posts that tagged all 4 of us in the podcast saying thank you for this community. And I think, I mean, we all know that I gush and cry over this community regularly.
Yeah.
Because it's why I continuously show up here.
And I just loved, I don't know, it was just so fun just being on Zoom and all that today and seeing people, dragging their kids around the loops that they were doing in their front yard, and
We got to
Winter
see
mean mugging everyone, eating her
Oh my
sausage.
God,
and
Winter's so
pancakes.
adorable. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, we got to sing happy birthday
Yep.
to a 6-year-old. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just fun. And
It
you know
is
what? I
fun.
appreciate the fact that like some people who like it's weird because like obviously I jump on the Zoom, but I think that even like going back and thinking about like a few years ago, I think I would have been like apprehensive about like just jumping on some random Zoom call with a bunch of people that I don't actually really know. So like I appreciate that you guys even jumped on Zoom and just like whether we awkwardly all sat there for a few minutes like, hey, what's going on? But I appreciate that.
No, absolutely. And it was, again, I think this was the first year we were on Zoom almost the whole time because we actually just we just walked this year rather than what we normally do. Which a lot of time we try and run while we're doing it, so we're not on Zoom. So I thought that it was fantastic, and it was fun hearing like everyone out there and doing their thing, and
Yeah, and I know Kate said that, she had run 8 miles before she got onto the Zoom. And then she was kind of struggling through that 8 miles, but then, having friends to sort of listen to and talk to through her last 4 made those miles kind of like fly by. And I agree with that. Like we've done it every year where we've walked. We don't run during it. We just walk and listen to people and talk to people. And then you had like Greg who put everyone on mute and just kind of ran, and like only when we were trolling him would pop back in.
Yes.
So I appreciate that as well. If you're apprehensive about joining the Zoom, or were apprehensive about it, just try it next year. I'm sure we'll be back. I can't imagine we wouldn't do this again.
Yep.
I think it's one of our favorite events.
Yeah. It really is.
I love it. And we've got to get we have to have a way of getting our swag out there somehow.
Yeah, because clearly we are never making a store.
Also, I love that people are doing like a hashtag like far superior hats.
Oh, yeah.
That has been bringing me a lot of joy.
Because it's not merch, because we don't
have like merch.
We don't have merch, but Rise and Run doesn't have hats yet. Now they're going to go get hats.
I think we should make a shirt that looks like their shirt that has like the exact same thing on it instead of Rise and Run have Will Run For.
I think that's a great idea. Let's get into a legal battle over copyright law with Rise and Run.
And then put far superior merch on the back.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do it.
Or have the list and then far superior merch at the bottom as one of the items in the list that they have.
Yes.
Greg showed up.
Yes, he did.
Yes. Because Tom and him are besties now.
They're besties.
That's my friend. And actually I keep looking for pictures, but like one of the best things that comes out of the virtual live race every year is kind of the collage of everybody with their medallions.
Yeah.
So we'll have to work on that. I say we'll have to work on that. Aaron, clear your schedule.
No, we obviously don't do any of the work. And I just want to give a shout out to Michael and Aaron because they get everything shipped to their place. So they're the ones that are packing it, in the evenings and making sure it gets all mailed out. And they, are putting together individual, bags for everyone. So thank you guys for all that hard work that
I said that next year when everything got shipped here, I'm like, next year I'm changing the shipping address to Tom and Diana, and we're just going to see what happens.
We do it.
Yeah, we definitely do it.
Yes, when it happens, but
so yeah, good luck. I mean, congratulations to everybody that got out and got some miles. Hopefully you got some fresh air.
Yeah,
we loved to see all the pictures.
I was gonna say the day hasn't ended, so I'm assuming we'll get some more people. And even if you see this or you're listening to this and you haven't gotten a chance to quote unquote earn your medal, however you want to define that, feel free to do it whenever and send us a picture. Let us know when you finished.
Like I said, we did a walk today, and I have to get some miles in this weekend, so I'm definitely running tomorrow at some point. So
nice.
I don't know, whichever one will count, but it doesn't matter if you walked around the block or ran
or did what
100
Linda
miles
did
today
and ran or walked in front of your house in like 1/10 of a mile circles. Where her dog finally figured out what she was doing and quit.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, these humans are dumb. They're just running around in circles.
I love it.
Anything else, Tom?
Well, just shout out to my brother and sister who also did it today. My brother came and walked with us, and my sister actually got miles in at her house this morning.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice. It's a first for both of them, so that's really cool.
I know Tom, one of his goals, I think, is always to try and get them really involved and to start doing something. So I think this was like maybe the first step in doing that.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you think you're going to be able to get them to go do a 5K with you?
I don't know. I've tried.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Yeah, it was awesome. We can't thank you guys enough. It was awesome. It was awesome. And it was fun being on Zoom with everybody.
Yeah. That's actually one of my favorite parts that I feel like you guys have sort of missed out on in the past, that I'm glad that you guys were able to be part of it this time.
What were we doing last year? Tom was like, I bought tickets for Wine in the Woods, or like something like that.
Yeah.
Always.
It's fine. He like had to go get ice in the middle of it or something, didn't he?
I don't. It's just. It's like fine. Always something. Like it's always.
Yeah. Well, this ended up working out because we knew that we didn't have anything planned, so we ended up being able to record since this week was really hectic anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll take a couple weeks off now, and we'll be back in June. In the meantime, let us know what you guys have been up to. I'm sure we'll post the goal getters when we come back. We won't take. I think summer seems a little slower for us this year, at least June, and then we'll probably take some time off in July again when we go on vacation. So we'll see how the summer goes. 3 years of podcasting, and our lives have gotten a little different and busier.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I was looking for a quote.
I knew that's what you were doing.
from T Swift. Jack has come here to replace Michael. He is sitting in Michael's chair now since Michael had to run.
I love it. Is it about the scarf, Tom?
No, I was trying to look up something about Community, but these are all really, really intense. Here's a quote from Helen Keller.
Why? Like why?
Helen reminds us that alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much.
I mean, that works.
I mean, it works, kind of.
Is this is what we're doing. Just leave it in, Michael. Just leave.
It's fine.
Just leave all this in. It's fine. I literally thought he was looking for a Taylor Swift quote.
That's what I thought he was going to do, too.
Which is why when you said they're all intense, I was like, that's weird.
This is the kind of quote that I was expecting if we're talking about Community. Running has given me many things, but the greatest gift has been the people that it has brought into my life. There you go, Tom. Boom. Mic drop.
That's better. And with that, we will bid you a fond farewell. Thank you all. We hope you enjoy this episode, and we will be back soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. This is on brand.
This is fine.
Oh, God. Now I have to go hit the stop button, I think.